Algebra 2, interval notation. Make sure you watch this video before you watch the 1.6 video. We are going to learn how to write an interval notation. If you had this graph, it says x is between and including -2 and 3. Notice that it's a closed circle, so we're going to use an equal sign, less than or equal to, and it's a closed circle. To write this in interval notation, when you have a closed circle, which is an equal sign, you're going to use a bracket. When you have without an equal sign, will be a parentheses. So this is going to say -2 with a bracket, 2, 3 with a closed bracket. We have an open circle. So this is read x is between -2 and 3. For interval notation, we will use a parentheses, -2 to 3, close the parentheses. The inequality is read x is between and including -2 and 3. Notice it's a equal sign, which is a closed circle at -2, and an open circle at 3. So an interval notation will be a bracket, -2 to 3 with the parentheses. This graph is read x is greater than or equal to -2. So it goes on and on and on to infinity. So to put it in interval notation, it will be a bracket, -2 to infinity. Infinity is the sideways 8. When you write infinity, you always use a parentheses. This graph is read x is less than or equal to -2. So it's -infinity to -2. Remember that it's always you always read it from left to right. So for the infinity, negative infinity would be parentheses. There's a closed circle at -2, so you'll use a bracket. If you had a graph that had an open circle, its x is less than -2, so it's -infinity to -2 with a parentheses. This graph is written all real numbers except 0. So you would write it as x cannot equal to 0. To put it in interval notation, it's a two-part. We first do the left side, which is -infinity to 0, and then we pick it back up to 0 and write 0 to infinity. And we put a U in between, meaning union with. Here's some problems on the worksheet.